Welcome back to Soulful Academics, where I teach you guys how to budget, save, and invest. Go to soulfulacademics.com. It's free up debt so you can build up generational wealth. If you want to support the channel, make sure you cop some merch, Bitcoin to the moon. We got the latest t-shirts on there. We got mugs. Check out the website if you want to donate anything to the channel, if you like what we do over here. As we take a look at the market fear and greed index, we're at 62 out of 100, with 100 being extreme greed and a 0 being extreme fear. And right now, the market is currently in the state of making all-time highs. So this is a great sign for investors, so we can pump up the stock prices and we can buy our favorite assets, and they're gonna go and appreciate over time the more we buy. And now we gotta make sure we pay attention to the markets for the next 6 months, as we expect 2 rate cuts for the next 6 months. And we are halfway in the year already, and we had no rate cuts. So that's a great sign for the economy and investors looking to pour in the next 6 months some funds and capital to grow over time. As we take a look at Bitcoin is staying strong. As much as economic news is going on with Iran and economy, Bitcoin is really staying strong, and Bitcoin doesn't really react as much as people need to, and people react to the news. Bitcoin has a strong support around this 99,000 to 110,000 range. So anything between that range is a good time to keep buying Bitcoin, as we reached 150,000 this year. And these rate cuts will really spark up this bull rally once we see rate cuts towards July and September. I like the way Bitcoin has been in this double bottom right here. And we hit a 99,000 this week, and we quickly pulled back up to 105,000. So keep an eye on Bitcoin. Same thing, Ethereum has been very volatile. We hit about 2,100 this week, and then we quickly pulled back to 2,400. Ethereum has strong support, so even though Bitcoin is going to be down, Ethereum won't be down too much, just because buyers stepped into Ethereum and it's very undervalued. We're going to continue making new highs for Ethereum later this year, but right now it's a great price to keep loading up on Ethereum. We had about 6 months to load up with below 2,500, so that's a flash sale for us investors. Keep an eye on Ethereum as we push back to 3,000. Crypto stock that's been on my radar since the beginning of this year is Coinbase. I've been telling you guys Coinbase is a great stock for you to start loading up a portfolio on around that $250 range, because price target for this stock is $400 to $500. Well, this week Coinbase had the best week it's ever had in stock market history. We've seen it shoot up $100. It went down in this nice little bull flag right here, down to $235, and from there it just threw up all over the stock market. We've seen it shoot up between $120 in a week, and right there, that's a great move for option players. We've seen a $10,000 move right here from this move in a couple days. We've seen millionaires be made from this move right here. So this is the good thing about the stock market, guys, that patience. Even though we've been anticipating this move since April, if we have patience, we hold that option contract through thick and thin. Don't even try to worry about your portfolio every day. You might have some huge 10% down days. You might be down 20%. But once you're up 120%, 500% from that move like this, which only took 5 days, you're all set. Coinbase been going up $20 a day. You have 5 days for that. That's $100 right there. $100 with one contract option. You get 100 shares for one contract. 100 times 100 is 10,000. So make sure we're always being patient for these moves, guys. We got more room to go for Coinbase. It's not too late for you to get inside this stock right here to catch more upside. Make sure you keep an eye for Coinbase for the rest of the year, as we get more adopted to cryptocurrencies. This is the #1 exchange in America. Another one we have on the radar is Nike. Nike is one of my favorite stocks, and I've been slowly just growing on me since this year, as it's been getting beat up. I like the most beat up stocks in the market that has potential though. It has a nice market cap and it has volatility. Nike checks as all of those. Actually, it's even better. Put the icing on the cake. Nike provides its investors with dividends. Dividends is what you get paid every quarter for owning the stock in shares. So if you had 10 shares of Nike, you would get paid 40 cents per share, and that gets more money into your pockets as more as Nike gets upside. And Nike it's been down 60% from its all-time high. And we were up trading at Nike about $175 in 2021. Well, we know every 3.5 years, there's a new state of who is in control in the stock market, the bulls and the bears. The bulls take control whenever stock prices go up. The bears take control whenever stocks are down. So the bears have been taking control of Nike these last 5 years, but bulls are slowly trying to creep back in 2025. We seen today Nike had great earnings, and those who would have got down here around $52 to $60 would have been profiting at the hours right now, including with the dividend shares as well. So not only did they profit from the stock moving up, they profited from the dividend. So that's why Nike is one of my favorite stocks, and it's around $60. It's under $100. So you can grab about 14 shares. If you put 1,000 in this, you can keep adding dollar cost averaging to own about at least 100 shares by the end of the year to make that your goal. Another one we have on list is Tesla. Tesla's been trading very choppy these last 3 days, but Monday we seen Tesla show us a huge sign of breakout towards $355, $360. And once Tesla rose that day, we seen it quickly sell off the next following days. Tesla has huge potential to break out to $400 in July. But for this month, we won't see too much action for Tesla just because we already seen enough. Tesla's giving us a sign. If we look at the all-time time frame, Tesla's giving a sign of bullish momentum after this huge hammer candlestick wrapping off June. So if Tesla consolidates and stays choppy for the next 6 days to end off the month, next month we want to look at Tesla towards about $370, $380 with a huge candlestick breaking past that range, that price range. And I like how Tesla's robo-taxi event shot up the stock price for a day, but the next 2 days the stock price started to sell off. That's a good sign for a healthy trend where we have correction, and correction is good for people who missed the move initially, or people who sold their profits, so people can jump in and they can buy the stock back. So people like me can get the stock back at $320 because we've seen it rise to $360, $358 whenever the robo-taxi event happened. So that's a great thing for Tesla. Be aware of the volatility of Tesla for the next month, guys. And we have rates dropping. We know what happens when rates drop and Tesla reacts. Rates affect electrical vehicles just because the amount of rates people get will decrease, will increase the demand for loans and cars, people buying auto cars. So those two play a fact. Lower rates, higher car demand, more people buying cars. So now we're going to pay attention. Not only that, we're going to have earnings reports for Tesla next month. I don't expect the best expectation for Tesla when it's earnings, but I do expect some decent amount, probably breaking even from Wall Street. Either way, Tesla stocks rally next month. So keep an eye on Tesla, and also pay attention to how it's looking on the monthly time frame. Right now, I know that Tesla the next 3 days will close on look like how this candlestick is looking like right now. Man, I can tell you guys about my favorite stock this overall year is AMD. I've been telling you guys about AMD these last 6 months, ever since the stock market crash of Trump with the tariffs, and now we see that AMD is currently at $143. Guys, this is a huge run up. I think last video I was saying about AMD, we had it around about $110, $130 range. And now we just shot up so fast. It happened like that, guys. That's the thing about the stock market. I be trying to tell everyone that I know that the stock market is not on your timing. It's on its own timing. So if you do what you need to do, you do your due diligence, you do your behaviors, your repetition, your discipline, you put all that into play, putting that dollar aside, putting that $100 aside, you making that money work hard for itself, then this is the days you get rewarded. This is the month you get rewarded. This is the weeks you get rewarded. So everything is going to happen on its own timing, but as long as you're doing your part, let's let everything else play its part, guys. Don't worry about tomorrow. Focus on today, because today is the biggest problem right now. So now that we see AMD break out like this, where we go next? Okay, zoom out to the time frame of AMD and check out its all time frame. We're looking at the monthly time frame right now. So if we click all right here, we seen that last month in April and then May, we seen that AMD had a sign that it was going to break out to 121, right? But this month, AMD continued at $111 and broke up to $141. Every time I tell you guys that we see this nice wick, but the body's lower on the bottom, is a sign that the stock had signal or showing a sign that it's going to break up there next time the price goes up or opens up in the market. Well, now we're looking at the all-time time frame. We got to wait till next month for that to happen. So what we do in June, we anticipate the move just because of what May showing us this hint. Price is heading up towards the break above 121. So make sure you buy AMD. That's the good thing about knowing these candlesticks, guys. These candlesticks and wicks and the bodies of the candlesticks and the directions of where they're at on a chart are telling us where price is heading us or headed in the next future in a direction based off where it's closing and opening. So now what we do in June is we buy at $111 and then we hit $145 in June to close the month in the next 3 days. Well, June is pretty much over. We got next month as well. So that's not the end of the chapter of the road for AMD. We're headed to $200 price target this year. And now if we see that next month in July, we're gonna open up toward 145 and maybe shoot up to 160, 180. Or we might even take a breather. We might have a correction. This is your time to hop in the stock. Make sure you secure your position dollar cost average. Make sure you secure a nice contract option because I got something great for you guys. Make sure you pay attention. If you get a nice option contract between $2,000 to $3,000, you can turn that into $10,000 just because right now AMD is down $80 from its all-time high. That's 35% from its all-time high. If you got $80 in gain with a contract option, that's about 100 times 80, which is about $8,000 return. So now your contract is not worth $3,000 anymore. It's worth $11,000 just because you went from $3,000 into being $11,000, and it took an $80 move, which is 80 times 100, which is $8,000 in your pocket for profits, guys. So I always like to look at both the ways. We like to look at the long-term way and then the short-term move. Based off the short-term, AMD is a buy. We're seeing heavily volatility based off AI, CoreWeave, and the demand of AI systems. We've seen that AMD then partnered up with Saudi Arabia deal for about $50 billion. So that's a great sign for this company. We've seen AMD hand out, showcase its new AI systems. And now people are impressed, guys. The AMDs did not come to play. We see NVIDIA pulling out its systems, but AMD's been one of the big dogs and one of the first computer systems to ever hit the markets in 1965. So this is a great stock, guys. Make sure you add this one to your portfolio. I kid you not, this one, the emphasis on this stock to do to your portfolio and change your financial situation if you just learn a little bit about it and see the purpose of the CPU and the graphic cards and then what it does to technology. I promise you, you won't want to buy some of it today, not even buy it right now. Another one we have on the list is TQQ. TQQ has been one of my favorite stocks this year too as well. We've seen TQQ fall down during the Trump tariffs to $33, and now we got it back up to $80. So if you would have dumped in the 3 bands at $33, it would be worth right now $10,000 or $6,000. It was already times 2. So that's the purpose of investing in the stock market. We want to double, we want to multiply our capital. We don't want to make sure our capital is staying stagnant, and we already have money that's staying stagnant in a separate account. That's okay for it to stay stagnant. So we need a safe zone to rely on for emergency funds. We need a place to rely on whenever we just want to see progress. And like I said, not always progress is always making sure you're gambling to go to the next number. Sometimes it just requires patience and leaving something somewhere and letting it do its thing. TQQ is one of those. TQQ has nice, huge growth of volatility. We see it move between 5% to 3% a day, and today it was up $2, and that's the typical move it has consistently every day. So if we look at the 1 hour time frame, we see that TQQ has been in this nice uptrend starting at $33. We've seen higher highs and higher lows. Every time TQQ has been in this low was a perfect time to buy the dip so you can make that 10%, 7% return investment. But TQQ is not over yet, guys. We make sure we want to write this one out all the way towards making all-time highs. We already seen the videos already hit all-time high now at $155 a share. So we know what TQQ purpose is. Its purpose is basically all the mixture of all the technology stocks into one ETF. So if we know what NASDAQ index is looking like, we can trade off this stock too, and it pretty much just matches off the technology stock sector. And this one's gonna be a great one that'll hit all-time high as well this year. Price target for this is $120, so we got about $40 move to go towards up, and that's still a great move for you to make a good profit. I've been anticipating this move for SMCI. This one required you a little bit more patience than the other stocks, but today and this week was that time for you to hop in this one, and even right now it's still a good time as we push up to $63 in the short term. All time, long term will be $120 price target. But if we want to make a nice little move with options trading, we want to look at $53 to $55 contract price target to hop in, or even anything below that, just because right now SMCI has finished off this nice little bull flag. Okay, we got this nice little double bottom this week. SMCI hit on Monday, hit $41, a real low, and then from there we just had a huge breakout. From $40 we went up to $49. Now after we finished off this consolidation, we're headed towards $63, $65, where it was at in February. And we know that SMCI has higher highs and higher lows. It's in this uptrend, so we want to just follow the trend with this stock and keep buying. And this one's just gonna keep doing its thing for you in the portfolio, as it has the 5%, 10% gain today. And one day it just might just shoot up $10, okay? And that's gonna be more for you, so you can go ahead, take the profits, and then do the same thing, buy it in the dip again. So this is a great AI stock right here. It provides the servers and the hardware for AI systems, and this is a great one that had a phenomenal run last year, and now we got it down in the dip again. So price target for this one all time is $120. And that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I kept it short, this video. I just want you guys to make sure you're locked in, you mastered the skill of investing. That's because you don't have to have them all. You just need that one home run for you to change your financial situation, start building up generational wealth, then free up debt, get rid of those loans, get rid of those credit card debts, and you can start locking in on the habits of where you're spending and the habits of you investing and saving. So now that we got this video made for you guys, make sure you comment your favorite part of the video. Make sure you comment, like, share, and then go to Sofa Academics to cop any merch so you can donate or you can support the channel, guys. I love you guys. See you next one. We out.